Hello again, we're back at HC2. We're here to shoot some Gauntlet. Today we're using the Novritsch SSP28.
This is the Gauntlet. Red lights blink, hit him or miss, no A-zone love on a run like this. Split times telling every move gets scanned. When the shot clock stops, we see where you stand.
We're going to get straight into it. I'm using 0.25 gram Rebel BBs with propane, and there is a little bit of overhop on this pistol, but one thing I didn't bring was a torch, but we'll deal with it. Very snappy pistol, very accurate as well at short distances. Can it do well? Easy to see where we are with the tracer as you drop your mag. So they thread straight on, so you could put any 14mm counterclockwise accessory on it you want. This is an insanely accurate pistol. Not only insanely accurate, like, it is so predictable. I did drop the mag on the floor. One thing I have noticed with this is the mag release spring is very weak. So let's show you this flight path here. So you can see the overhop. There's no or very little blowback action. On this pistol, but before I show you what the rate of fire like is on auto and we go and get some more ammo, what time did we do? It couldn't have been too bad. Done a 48 straight off the cuff. One thing I will say is sometimes the slide doesn't like completely return to battery. It's like it gets stuck on the gas routers like that. Sometimes you have to tap it forward, but here is the burst or auto of this pistol. So they claim that this is the fastest, full auto gas blowout pistol on the market, but honestly, I'm going to have to pull the footage up, so for Netsy's sake in editing, I'll have to send him that clip, but in fact he might already have it. The Glock 18, the TM Glock 18 that we fired, hopefully you can put the comparison of the full auto, because it sounds about similar to that. So let's go get some more ammo and some more gas, and we'll give it another run, because I've only got 3 mags for this thing, which I did do a mag compatibility test, and hardly anything, I think apart from the action on the AAP mags, worked as they should. So yeah, I reckon that the standard Tokamuri Glock 18, which does have a plastic slide, fires just as fast on full auto. Now, you would run that till it breaks and then put like an aftermarket metal slide on it, and then it probably wouldn't be as quick. But let's see if we can get better. See how that slide gets stuck on the part that's not meant to. That's a massive design flaw, that is. But see if we can do any better. I'm going for speed, not accuracy this time. Just trying to drop the mag. Come on. So when the mags are fully loaded up, you can't insert them into the pistol. Probably not going to beat that time. But yeah, so if the gun had locked back on empty, so like that, and then you put a fresh mag in, you wouldn't have a problem. Say you're doing a pre-emptied mag change. Let's see what we got. Even with that mess up, we got 44. So let's say you're doing a pre-emptied mag change. So this magazine isn't fully empty, and you drop it, you get your fully bombed up magazine. Oh, that one went in. So sometimes what you're gonna have to do is do what we normally do and just strip the rounds out the top, because if it is full, it won't let you put it into the gun. It sits there, which is why we drop the magazine out. So let's go again. Mags are starting to get cold because, like I say, I only have 3 of them. The only reason why I bought 2 spares was because I thought, oh, it's a Glock pistol, you know, we should be able to run VFC mags or Marui mags or any mag. But in my brief compatibility test that I did at home, 99% of the mags that I've got that are Glock mags from other brands did not want to work. So we'll give it one more round. Let's see if we can beat 44. Hopefully we don't have a malfunction. We'll put this mag in, goes in. We are gassing out. So we're starting to get fatigue in the mags when we've gassed them up more than once. But it is accurate, I'll give it that. It's very accurate. What I'm trying to tell you is, once you've shot your mags and you resupply your gas, because your mags are cold, this gun suffers. So, but it is accurate. It would look even more so if the hop was slightly dialed down a bit. So it was still functioning when the mags were cold. It was feeding every other round. Like that. So what do I think about it? It's a cool pistol. They've done something a little bit different. What I will say is the hop seems to actuate really well, so you've got plenty of hop to go. So if you wanted to go to heavier BBs, you would very much want to. With that TD style hop, it's a very good little hop they've done. It's not the most efficient. I think it's mainly let down by the magazines. They are cheap magazines, really. If you've gassed them up and they're nice and warm, they will perform flawlessly. If you've shot a through mags through like I have, and you start to get that, you know, the mags are getting cold, you'll start to run into some issues. We'll have to test the like a Glock HPA adapter and see if that works well, because if it does, it's probably going to be the way to run this pistol. You can run gas mags, like I say, but if it was like friendly to other brands, what I would do is I would just use my Marui mags, or I'd use my extended VFC mags, which are better manufactured magazines. But it's a cool little pistol. Looking at the materials, it doesn't need to be so expensive, if I'm honest. It's a pain to strip down, you know. If you want to mess about with something kind of normal pistol, like a Glock pistol, whatever, you just pull the levers down, your slide comes off, you do your maintenance or whatever. This thing, you've got to unscrew things, take that off, you've got to take the springs off the back, off the front, sorry, and then route them through. And so user friendliness, very low. I'd give it like a 2 out of 10. Performance wise, in terms of trajectory, a good solid 8, 9 out of 10 for a pistol. It's very accurate straight out the box. We haven't put any upgrades in it. Accessory wise, very good as well. They do holster accessories for here, but I couldn't get it because it's always out of stock. But they do have like RMR plates and things like that. I do love the fact that they've just given it a solid 14mm counterclockwise barrel that hasn't got an adapter in it. So, you know, you put your barrel accessories on if you want to run a suppressor, or, you know, more importantly, you want to run a tracer, it just goes straight on there. I did notice that the tracer had started to work its way loose. The hop, again, in terms of speed, you know, you just put like a 2mm Allen key in there and you can adjust your hop. So if you are an airsofter and you just want a fun gas blowback pistol that's capable of shooting full auto and has some cool features, this is going to be perfect for you. Would you consider yourself a gas blowback enthusiast? Now, if you are a gas blowback enthusiast, you're not going to really like this all that much. In terms of blowback action, it's very minimal. I'd probably say it's about the same as like an AAP01. This pistol, to me, with how fast it fires, would dominate in CQB. Problem with that is, most places, like here and many others, if you're in CQB, they don't allow you to use full auto. So maybe if you do CQB a lot and you don't shoot full auto, or your site doesn't allow full auto, you can buy the semi-auto only version of this, which is what I had to buy and then had to swap the parts out. That would probably be a better choice for you, because if you don't need the full auto, then why have it? Or maybe you're a CQB player, you don't need full auto, but when you're at home plinking, you just want to have some fun like that. The gas actually actuated the tracer then. And you just want to have some fun plinking with it, and again, it's a nice fast firing gas blowback pistol, which does run out of gas very quick. You run out of BBs very quick. And we've shot quite a few through these mags. Let's see if we can shoot some more BBs through it before we go. What I will say is I ordered it from the Novritsch website. I had to order the semi-auto only version and then order the full auto parts. Why, if they've got all that in stock, can't they just sell you the full auto version? I don't know. Maybe they're stuck with semi-auto only versions because no one's buying them. It took about 2 days to get from Novritsch into the UK, and then UPS held it in the UK for 2 weeks. So you will get that sporadic feeding when you've shot a lot of rounds. What I have noticed is, let's shoot this out now. Watch the nozzle. See how it slowly returns? I have properly lubed that up, and still it's struggling. So we're just running out of gas, which is why it's doing that. Let's put a little squirt in to try and get rid of these BBs. But again, it is an expensive pistol at 220 euros. So it's not a cheap pistol at all. You know, you're pushing Maxim 9 territory there, which, yes, the Maxim 9 is expensive, and they do shaft you on the accessories. This would be an easier pistol to get into. And again, I don't mind the grip. Everyone seems to slate the grip. I think what I will probably do is these areas here, probably stipple it just to give it a bit more texture. But the grip itself is actually quite nice. But yeah, very accurate pistol. Not bad at all. Hope you've got enough information from that as you need. We didn't do too bad on the score either. I think the best time we did was a 44, I think. Or maybe a 43 or a 42, can't quite remember. So yeah, we're going to get on to some exciting stuff now if we've got time, because somebody's booked this for 2 o'clock. So let's see if we can get another run in with the VFC before we have to go.
So who is the SSP28 aimed at? And I think if you're an airsofter and you just want to buy a product, have it work out the box, have accessories on offer, that's usually where Novritsch is fitted in the market. Everything they do is marketed as, you know, out the box, just use it, you don't really need to do anything to it, it's just ready to go, which usually carries a slightly higher price for similar items in the market. Now, if you're a GBB enthusiast and you love working on these things and modifying them and bits and pieces like that, this probably isn't going to be the pistol for you. It's going to be very lackluster. There's no real experience that you get from it apart from its very accurate groupings and such from a pistol. One thing you do have to take into consideration with this pistol, and what I've found, I haven't done any videos on it just yet, is mag compatibility. The gun ran great on the mags that are sold as SSP28 magazines. Now, I tried Tokyo Marui, I tried WE, I tried TTI, I tried Crytat mags, I tried VFC mags. The only mag that kind of worked in it was an Action Army AAP mag, but it still wasn't great. So if you're thinking about picking this pistol up, when you order it, buy the specific magazines that are sold for this pistol, because all others just don't make any sense. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe they've made changes, you know, for you to buy the proprietary mags for this thing. I really don't know, but all the Glock style mags I have in my possession, I tried all of them and none of them worked, so just take that into mind. Also, another thing is these pistols are very hard to get at the moment at time of recording this. I tried to get it in the UK because there are shops in the UK that stock these things. Couldn't get it anywhere. I tried all over Europe, and then I just had to go straight to Novritsch. So one thing I will say is the way that they packaged up the items before they were sent was very bad. There was no bubble wrap or anything filling that void in the box, so the items could just, you know, float around in the box. That's probably what caused a lot of the damage. It's either that or they've sent me a used product. So their packaging needs work. The UPS, you know, was fine for getting it from Austria to the UK a couple of days, but then getting it 100 miles or so, or however many miles it is in the UK, it took 2 weeks. So again, take that into consideration if you need this quickly and you're buying it from Novritsch as a UK customer. Just note that it's going to take a little bit of time. So performance wise, it did very well. It's very snappy. That's what it's marketed as. The accuracy, you got TDC style hop, you've got a barrel that's fixed in position and doesn't reciprocate or move in any way, so that's good for accuracy as well. So I don't think really you're going to have to do any upgrades to this in terms of range and accuracy. I think as it comes out the box is more than enough. Yes, you could put nice barrels in it, but honestly at this stage I really don't think it needs it. That whole package of being ready to go out the box for the airsofter, you know, they just pull it out and start using it. For the accuracy portion of this pistol is very good. It's not the most efficient pistol. It does suffer from cooldown. Now I don't know whether that's because it's a very fast firing fully automatic pistol, but it's just something, again, you're going to have to take into consideration. If your mags are nice and warm and they're fully filled with gas, you'll have no issues. If your mags are slightly cold, this thing really doesn't like it. So it is an expensive pistol, 220 euros. I'm not sure what they go for in UK shops, but there are cheaper alternatives out there. You could go and grab yourself an AAP01 and spend the rest on upgrades and build it into something that you really want. Now, I've had great performance out of AAP01s out the box. We've hopped all the way up to 4.8s with the standard hop and barrel combos. Now, there are so many parts available for that pistol. It's super easy to work on. If you're brand new to GBBs, you can get into it straight away, pulling the barrels apart and stuff. It's so user-friendly and so heavily supported. So that is a restriction that you're going to have to face if you go in for the SSP28 over that platform. It's the closest platform I can compare it to, in all honesty, but you do get better mag compatibility out of the AAP01, and you're not stuck to using just the brand mags that come with it. So hope you enjoy it, hope you like it. I don't honestly think it did really well. I'm going to customize it anyway. I'm going to change up the little grip, make it a little bit more grippy, even though I do like the grip, and maybe we'll do some Cerakote and customize it a little bit to make it our own. But thanks for tuning in. As always, if you've liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know down below. Also, let me know down below what you think of this pistol. Does it make sense? Is it just another Novritsch cash grab, or is it something that, you know, airsofters should consider picking up? You let me know down below. Join the Jaeger Precision Discord, link will be in the description. And as always, from me and the guys at HC2, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.